Hello and welcome back to this course. Today in this video we are going to discuss about the functions or methods. So what is function? A function is a block of code which only runs when it is called. Now function is a separate piece of code that we write in our separate block, and whenever we need that block we just call that and all the lines in that block is executed. This is called the function. Now you can see the syntax of writing a function. First of all, you have to write the access modifier like public, private, or protected, etc. Now then you have to write the return type, which is void right now, and then you have to write the function name, and after writing the function name you have to write the two parentheses, and after these two parentheses you have to write your code within two curly braces. Whatever you write between these two curly braces is the part of that function. So this is the basic skeleton of the function. Now void means null, means this function is going to return nothing here, and we will definitely discuss in more detail about the functions when we will discuss about the example. Now how to call a function. To call a function, use the function name. For example, we have a function with the name myFunction that has some statements. Now if I want to call that function, then I just have to type the name of the function, then two round parentheses, and then semicolon. In this way I can call that function whenever I want. So let's create a dummy program in our NetBeans so that you have a better understanding of how function works. Now here in NetBeans I am going to create a function here. So I type here the public, for example, then I type the void, which is the return type of the function, then I type the name of the function. For example, I type here hello world. Okay. Then I have to write a statement here, which is the part of this body of the function, println. Then I type here hello world. Done. I have created the function with the name hello world. Now if I want to call this function, now in my main function, if I type here hello world like this, then I got an error here. You can see non-static method hello world cannot be referenced from a static constant. Now the main function is static here and this function is not static. So we cannot write our method inside a static method. I know that you don't know about the static right now, but soon we will discuss about the static. So right now I'm going to type here static, public static void hello world. You can see that error has gone. We cannot write a method which is non-static in our static method. So I have made this method static. And now if I run this program, you will see the hello world on the screen. So this is just a simple program that prints the hello world on the screen. Okay. Now let's create another function here. I'm going to remove this line and change the name of the function. I type here addition. Okay. Just for an instance. And addition. Okay. Now I'm going to take input from the user in this method. I type here system.out.println, enter a number, then scanner s1 equals to new scanner, and system.in. Okay. Now int number 1 equals to s1 dot next int. Okay. I import the scanner class first like this. Okay. Now I'm going to take the second number from the user, system.out.println, enter second number, then scanner s2 equals to new scanner, and system.in, then int number 2 equals to s1 dot next int. Okay, so this is s2 here. Okay, so now I have taken the two numbers as input from the user. Now I'm going to display this result on the screen. I type here system.out.println, and addition is, and I type here number 1 plus number 2. Okay. Now when I run this code, you can see the message enter a number. So I type here 67, then I enter here 100, You can see 167 is printed on the screen. So in this way, we can create a method. So whenever we want to add two numbers, we can simply call this function and we can add the two numbers. Now let's discuss about the return in the function. If you want to return a value, then you have to use the return statement. You can see the example: public void my function and int x and int y are the parameters, and we will discuss about the parameters in our next video. Then we have to return the value of x and y so that we can add that. So let's create a program that uses the return statement and see how it is worked. Now you can see that I have taken the two numbers as input from the user. Now if I remove this line, okay, now I am going to use the return statement here. Return number 1, number 2. Okay. Now what is the return statement going to do here? It is going to add the two numbers and going to return this value to the to the place from where it is called. So after adding two numbers, the value is thrown to the place where it is called. So you can see the error here: incompatible types, unexpected return value. Okay, so this is void. In our previous example, we have used the void because we are not returning some value. Now I have to write here int because now I am going to return the integer type value. You can see number 1 and number 2 are both integer type values. Now I am going to return these values, so I have to change the return type to integer. If I return the string here, I change the return type to string. If I return the floating value, then I type here float. If I want to return nothing, then I type here void simply. Okay, so now when I run this program, you will see a message: enter a number. I enter two numbers. You can see nothing on the screen because this time the method is not printing the value, it is just returning the value. So how we can access those values? I just type here system.out.println and I type here addition. Then I just concatenate this method here like this. And now if I run this program and enter here two values, any values I want, then you can see the addition is 112. So in this way we can create a separate piece of code in our program that we call a function. And the return statement helps us to return the value and from where it is called. The function is called from here, so the values are returned to here. Now let's again call this function like this. Copy this line and paste it once again. I add here addition 1 and type here addition 2. Okay, so now if I run this program, you will see a message: enter a number. I type here 167. You can see addition 167. Then it asks again to enter a number because this time it is calling the second method here, addition. Now if I enter here 100 and 100, you can see 200 on the screen. You can call the function as many times as you want, and each time the answer will be different if you enter different values. So I hope you understand that how methods work and how we can create our methods. In our next video, we are going to discuss about the parameters, and we also create an example to find the largest number between the three numbers using a function. So I will see you in next video.